Okay, good to see you. I am here to talk about day 6 of being on my carnivore diet. So, 6 days. It seems like forever, but it's just been 6 days. I feel like I should be, lost 75 pounds by now. Why doesn't it happen that quick sometimes? But let me tell you how I'm feeling, what I have noticed, what I've done, and I'm going to talk. I really appreciate everybody's comments. I've gotten some good knowledge, good education from what other people have, been through and their insights. So if anybody has insights for me, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Um, First of all, this is day 6 for me. And I want to get out of the way first, talk about the bowel movements. I had diarrhea one time, and that was on my second night, and I hadn't had any bowel movements since. And then today, I had just a normal bowel movement, and might have been a tiny bit softer than maybe normal, but I think in just a good way, like it was just pretty normal. So I'm like, oh, cool. And when you have the diarrhea, you get the cramping and the body aches and everything, the gut ache. And I just didn't have that, which I'm thankful for. I still have not really had headaches. Sometimes after I eat, I'm kind of like, a little bit uncomfortable after eating a lot of meat and grabbing some fat, but it doesn't last too long. And it's really just only in my nighttime meal. So I wonder if that's just my body, because it doesn't do it after my breakfast. I would love to get to where I'm just eating once a day, but I don't know how I feel about that yet. And so I am still kind of doing 3 times a day. Today might just be 2 because we've got stuff to do and I'm just going to eat right after this. I've been working all day and I need to go eat. But I kind of wanted to talk about, how like sometimes after I have a sweet, sweet friend who sells ethically sourced chocolate. She collects chocolate from all over the world. That is, I have had some that I didn't even know chocolate existed that was that good. And so sometimes after work, or even through my day, I have habits, is to open my little drawer, grab out a little bite of chocolate. So those habits sometimes are hard to break because I really don't need it. I'm really not super hungry, but I have, we have this elephant in the room called the habits. And life just gets to the point, hopefully for those of us watching this video and those of us thinking about doing this, like life gets to the point where you've got to make a change, right? We have to make a change. We want to do better. We're concerned about our health and wellness, and so we have to make a change. I do want to start out by saying, get this out right at the beginning. I have been taking bioidentical hormones for a few years. I have a hormone specialist that I work with. And so all in all, I feel really good. So sometimes I just think, oh, I can have this extra weight because I feel good. I feel fine. Nothing bad's happening to me. But, I think that just can't last forever. And we need to just take control of it and do what we can to make it better. So that's where I'm at right now, is I still feel pretty good and I'm still taking my hormones, and maybe that will change with this diet over time. We'll see. I'm still taking them. I believe in them 100%. My hormone lady is my friend, and we just started out as friends. We became friends. Our kids are kind of the same age, and I feel like she saved my life years and years ago when I started with getting some help. So I'm a firm believer in hormones. I'm going to try and bring her on here one day. We'll chat with you about what she does and what some good hormones can do for your body. So I'll get that out of the way. I'm not doing this just like, oh, I feel so miserable. But I know some of you have gotten to the point where you feel so miserable you don't know what to do. And I have clients that are kind of in that category over the years. And, I highly recommend hormones, but now I'm going to be like, well, guess what? I'm doing this, and you can go check it out on my channel and you can watch me. Like, I feel like this is going to be successful. So I still feel really good. on this diet. I do take some hormone supplements, so maybe that's helping me. I don't know, but I want to be straight up and honest. Maybe that does help me. I haven't had headaches. I'm doing well. I haven't been lightheaded or nauseous or had huge bouts of diarrhea. I had diarrhea one night on my second night, and then since then, kind of nothing until today, day 6. And it was pretty normal. So I'm feeling really good. And when I eat, people ask about cravings and ask about, wanting to eat other things. And the truth is, if you listen to your body, I'm not hungry. I don't crave. I think the first couple days were probably the hardest, but now that I'm getting in a groove, there's really no cravings. I'm doing fine. And I just need to listen to that. But the habits sneak in, and you habitually grab a snack, a treat, a hamburger at McDonald's, whatever. Like, those are just some habits that are hard to break. And I think what they say now is like 66 days to create a new habit. I'm ready to break my habits. I am driven and determined to change my habits. So that's where you got to get. You got to get ready enough and determined enough that we can break our habits, because those habits are strong. The force is strong in those habits. There's no denying it. It is what it is. It's just the truth. So anytime I think about cheating, it's because it's just like, oh, it's habit. I only have a little chocolate left in my drawer, and I'm going to give it away to my good clients bit by bit, as a reward. But now I feel like I'm toxic. I'm giving them toxic stuff. Here's some sugar. Here's some this. It's hard, but I'm gonna share all my chocolate, so it's out of my drawer. I'm gonna clean everything out of my house, and we're just gonna eat the meat. So that's one thing I'm working on. Hopefully that will help you break some habits and look at it as just a habit, because that's what it is. It's what we do. And it's just normal, and we just throw something in our mouth as we walk by, like, oh, grab that and put it in my mouth. Like, I've got to stop that. And I have so far. I dreamt last night. Oh my goodness. I have very, 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 very vivid dreams every single night of my life. I have my whole life pretty much. So I had a dream last night that I cheated with an English muffin with tons of butter and honey. And I made it, and I took a bite of it, but then there was somebody else who was around me. I was at somebody else's house, and I just said, oh, here, you want this? Like, I cannot eat this. I forgot for a minute, oh. So you're going to dream about food too. At least I do. And I dream about cheating, or I dream about something yummy that I want to eat. And then I wake up, and it was just a dream, and I just have to get back at it. So I was so thankful when I woke up and go, oh, I didn't set myself back. It was just a dream. Oh, I hate that though. I hate that. They seem so real. So, another thing that we do is use food as a reward. I've worked on my feet for 30 years. I'm a hairstylist. I've done makeup, hair, weddings, all the things. I love, love, love my career. It's been fantastic for me. I get to serve other people, and it makes me so happy. But at the end of the day, you're tired, and I deserve it. I'm grabbing pizza on the way home. I worked hard. I deserve it. I'm going to grab, some ice cream or some chocolate. Let's make some cookies. I deserve it. It's my reward. Hey, friend, let's go to lunch. Let's go eat something yummy. Let's go to that new restaurant and, try the pasta. I do it. I 100% do it as a reward. And I've got to stop that. And my friends even like, well, I want to go to lunch. I'm like, yeah, well, we'll have to go to a steak place or a hamburger place where I can just get hamburger patties, she's supporting me, but at the same time, she's like, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, I'm sure. So you're going to run into that. You're going to run into that. And I'm just not going to have that be my reward. So my new reward, the big reward at the end of this, is going clothes shopping. The big reward, that's what I'm saving. Like, oh, I'll just stick my money away because eventually I'm going to need new clothes. And that's my number one goal. And that is what keeps me super motivated. The other thing is just small goals, small rewards at the end of the week. I happen to really right now be into books, fun books, some new authors, fantasy reading, some sci-fi, some thriller. I love a new book, but if I've read it at the library and I know I love it, then I put it on my to buy list. And then at the end of the week, I've worked really hard and I've saved up and I get to reward myself with a couple new books. So think of something that you can do as a reward for yourself that does not include food. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to not include food. And the other, the other thing I think that can get you is, like, my friend's super supportive, but on the other hand, she's like, a stick of butter a day? That's kind of bizarre. Yeah, it is. It's bizarre even to say it right here. Chomp on some butter. You know it's crazy. You know it sounds crazy. We all know it sounds crazy. But we're going to do it anyway. Because on the other hand, crazy or it makes sense. That sounds crazy. Yeah, but when you listen to a bunch of videos and really dig deep, it makes sense. So we get in the middle of that, and I was just telling my last client, if you think this much that vegetables and fruits are toxic, if there's this much of you that thinks that that could be true, then you've got to encompass it all. It's all of it. You can't just go, oh, it's just tomatoes. Nope, it's all. We're learning more and more that it's all of them. So you got to pick a side. Either you believe or you don't believe. And if you believe and you're jumping into this and you're doing it, we got to be all in without any cheating and without letting other people embarrass us or make us feel uncomfortable. And you've got to have a few talking points. For the most part, like Dr. Chaffee says, Dr. Chaffee, right? Dr. Chaffee says, people don't ask. Don't worry about it. You go out, you eat, you have a steak. Most people aren't going to say anything. But those closest to you might think you're crazy. And so, you have to be prepared to defend yourself a little bit and just truly, truly gut deep. You have to believe in this and what you're doing, or you're going to people are going to embarrass you enough that you're going to stop. So that's where I'm at. I'm all in at this point. My brain is full because I've been watching a lot of videos. My brain is full. It's a little bit overwhelming. You all know. But on the other hand, it's so simple. I don't have to think about what I'm going to cook. I don't think about what I have to eat. I don't think about, side dishes and desserts and what I'm going to make for people. Like, I don't have to think about that. Steaks, hamburgers, eggs, bacon. That's about it. That's about where I'm at. So it's so easy. And it is almost cheaper. If I think about all the crap I buy, it's way cheaper. Way cheaper. Here's my problem. I know I don't eat enough. Like, these people are eating large amounts, 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day. I know I'm not eating that much yet. So maybe if I start eating more, it will get a little more expensive, but I think it'll still be cheaper for me than buying all the crap that I'm spending money on. So I think it's cheaper. I think it's easier, simpler. Boom, cook it, done. Some of you can even pre-cook and just heat up in your air fryer. Make it so easy for yourself. And then just sit back and understand this is your new way of life. Listen to how your body's feeling. So far, my body feels great. I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow, so I don't know how much weight I've lost, but I know I've lost a little bit. But I've really lost, that water weight for sure. That's going to be the first week. The water weight in my hands, my feet, my arms. And those of you who have the belly, you know what you're going to know what I'm saying. When I eat crappy, my belly is more distended and firm. Like, even to push on it, it's firm. This week has made that I'm starting to soften up. So I know, because I've gained and lost enough times to know that that's a good sign. That's a sign that I'm losing some of that water weight. My belly's not as tight. It's not as distended and firm, and there's no gas. There's no discomfort. I'm just feeling good. So that's a huge sign for me that right there at this point in time, things are going good. Because I usually, by the end of the day, I'm filming this at 6 o'clock at night. I just finished working today. And usually at the end of the day, after working all day, my hands are puffy, my ankles are puffy, my feet are puffy. And I've been like, I ate crap today. Yep. So I feel so much better. Like that in and of itself is huge. And I know for me, I would like to lose all this belly weight first. Like, why can't I just lose all this, but that's not the case. It starts everywhere, finger by finger, shoulders, biceps, boobs. My boobs, I can feel my boobs getting smaller too. Um, Slowly, but they're on their way, and that's another sign that I'm losing weight. So I know that we're on the right track at this point in time. So that is where I'm at on day 6. Still feeling good, sleeping good, doing good. I talked to a couple of my clients today. It's kind of embarrassing to go, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm not embarrassed. I'm just going to rock it. And guess what? You're going to go on my YouTube channel and you're going to find out I am doing some other things. So if you go check out any of my other videos, I'm going to have some great people on, doing some interview, people over 50. Anyway, that's going to be fun. But like, go check out my other stuff. But you're going to find out my carnivore journey. And I don't really want to talk about it to everybody. I don't want to be like, hey, guess what? I'm on the carnivore diet. Guess what? I'm just eating meat. Guess what? I have to eat a stick of butter a day. Guess what? Like, I'm not talking about it. I focus on my clients. I focus on my joy. I focus on the good things in life. I don't feel like I need to talk about my diet to every single person. So I'm not. But if you go to my channel, so now though I'm starting to be like, this is real. I'm really going to do this. So, hey, go check out my channel. I have a YouTube channel. You should go check it out. Oh, but I love you all. I love all my people. And thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. But now everybody's going to know I'm doing carnivore. And you know what? That's okay. I'm going to just track my journey here for anyone and everyone to see. I'll be showing you what I eat. I'll be showing you, here's the other thing. I'm not going to get super creative. Jordan Peterson just eats steak, steak, steak every single day. It's not a super creative diet. It is more simple and easy. And if you just do it, I feel good and I'm not hungry and I'm not craving. So that's why I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to keep it simple. So I'm not going to have a ton of recipes on here. I'm just going to be showing you the basics of what I eat. Okay, I'm trying not to make this video too long, but eating the fat on the meat, I've never been able to do that in my life. I get the leanest cuts of meat. I cut off any extra fat. I don't eat the fat. This is really, really hard for me. Really hard for me. So there's nothing like a medium rare filet mignon at teppanyaki for your birthday. Nothing like that. It's delicious, but it's super lean and it's fantastic. So now I have to get used to fattier cuts of meat. I have to get used to eating my hamburger medium rare. The carnivore doctor, she eats hamburger. She cooks them medium rare. They're just pink inside. I guess that's the thing, is eating more rare, more uncooked. Hey, I got to work on that because right now my hamburgers are well done. So that's my goal this next week, is to eat some of the fat with my steak. I've been cutting up. I hate to admit this. My daughter laughs at me. I cut up the fat from the steak, just a few pieces, into teeny tiny little pieces that I can just swallow. And then sometimes I do that and she's just laughing at me. I'm like, I'm trying to get in this fat. I can't chew it. It's so gross. So those of you who can just eat the fat with your meat, congratulations. I'm struggling. So I'm cutting up my meat, or I'm cutting up my little pieces of fat, and I'm just swallowing them. Sometimes bare, sometimes with a little bit of water to try and get in my fat. So I'm going to have to work on that and eating, because I could eat hamburger, I think, all the time. So I'm going to get the 80-20 hamburger and try and cook it. I'm going to try and cook it medium for a while, get used to that little bit of pink center, and then maybe the next week after that, I'll do more medium rare. Please let me know how you do that. People go get the fat trimmings at the butcher and just air fry them and eat them. I have not done that yet. I'm going to have to try to do that because you need to get in your fat. I get it. I haven't eaten a whole stick of butter yet either. I'm eating about a third a stick of butter a day. And that's okay. I really am giving myself leeway because it's my first week. I'm going to build up. I'm going to build up. I'm going to build up. I'm going to add more. But so far, so good. So there's my tale. There's my story. Whew, there's my goals. There's my ideas for everybody, my ideas for myself, my struggles, the things I'm going to work on. And I'll see you in a couple days. Come on back, see where we're at.